Retired Sergeant Major Ruby Murray really has two things that stand out to me. She is a JROTC instructor at Southview, and giving back to her students and instilling in them the value of giving to community, but also the value of believing in themselves and what they can do and what they need to do to accomplish it is something that is very high on her list. But then she also gives back to the community in other ways as well. I first learned about her whenever she was recognized earlier this year by President Joe Biden with the, let me find it, the 2021 President's Lifetime Achievement Award. She was cited for giving more than 4,000 hours of community service. That's amazing. Some of the organizations that she works with have included the Purple Heart Foundation, Gold Star Moms, and Operation Turkey. There are so many more that could be mentioned, but I will not. So, ladies and gentlemen, here's the video for Retired Sergeant Major Ruby Murray.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I said I wouldn't cry. First and foremost, I want to give honor to God. I remember one of the things that I was saying to myself as I was listening to CC Whining this morning is that, God, I'm not perfect, but I'm perfectly made for you. I'm perfectly made for you because you have allowed me to grow. And as I continue to grow in the heartbeat that you allow me to grow in, I would be in vain not to continue to give back. First and foremost, I thank God. Secondly, my family. My husband, who has been my rock for over 20 plus years. He accepted me for who I am, and we're still going strong today. To my amazing daughter, who couldn't be here today because she's in the healthcare profession. She's probably going to FaceTime me later and say, Mom, I know you up there crying. But I want to thank her as well because they have been part of my journey. Also, I want to thank my amazing church. I started under Pastor Fuller almost 20 plus years ago. And I was living in Spring Lake, North Carolina. And I had to search high and low to find the right church. And I never, ever forget, I was a young PFC, and I was sitting on that back row, and he was ministering to me at the earliest service that you could think of at Lewis Chapel, which was 6 something in the morning. I was going to that service. And then I felt that I needed just a little bit more. So I went to the 8 something service. Because sometimes in life you be thinking that the pastor say the same speech, but they don't. They really don't. And then the baton was passed to Dr. Christopher Stackhouse. And I tell you, Pastor, you have really been a breath of fresh air, not just for Lewis Chapel, but also the youth of Lewis Chapel. And so I'm grateful to call you my pastor. Also, Reverend Spivey, she is here as well. I'm grateful to be under your leadership as a woman of God. Because sometimes as women, we don't get to sit at the table. But listening to her, I'm at the table now. Thank you for that. So I thank both of y'all for accepting me at Lewis Chapel, not just at a young age, but still allowing my light to shine through the youth ministry. My next group that I would like to thank is my sorority. My sorority is here today, Zeta Phi Beta Incorporated. They're here today, so I want to thank you as well. I want to also thank Mary Kay, who is my best friend. She has been with me for 7 years now, and so anywhere I go, we always applaud each other. So I want to thank you for coming and showing up and showing out. Also, my assistant principal, who's here on behalf of Miss Phyllis Jackson. Thank you so much, Mr. Foremore, for representing Southview High School. That means a lot. But I would be remiss not to represent or to talk about Cumberland County, the place that passed me the second baton after retiring in 2016. On behalf of Dr. Marvin Conley, who couldn't be here today, I want to thank you, Cumberland County, for allowing me not just to be a JROTC instructor, but allowing my voice to be heard with the youth population when it comes to diversity, when it comes to education, and when it comes to allowing them to know that their voice matters, because it truly takes a village to raise our future Generation Z individuals. And so CityView, I would be in vain not to say thank you, because I knew that the nominees were very, 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 very tough. But I didn't realize that the importance of the nominees, that I was nominated by my cadets, my alumni cadets from A&T, from Campbell University, from the Citadel, and also from Southview High School, was the ones who nominated me for this prestigious award. It wasn't a grown adult. It was a youth. And so God, whatever I'm doing, don't stop me. Continue to allow my heart to beat, and also to continue to pay it forward for the sake of someone else. Thank you so much.